Tough Dog loves cats. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Hey guys, how y'all doing? I want to show you some of the biggest toadstools I've ever seen. There they are. There's my foot next to them. If I can get it in the camera. Look at that. Monsters. Alright. Let's go out the barn. I heard something scurrying back there. And I think I got some 2x4s out here somewhere. I think. I thought I did. There's some back there. I'm gonna have to fish them out. Alright, here's the plan. I acquired this secondhand doghouse for free. And we've got those cats that are staying around here, and they keep hiding under the cars because there's nowhere else for them to get out of the rain except for in the barn, which they hang out up here because Pat feeds them on the front porch. So I'm going to take these lumber and make a bottom for the base to get it up off the ground, and put a false bottom in it and throw some sort of an old blanket in there and try to find some way to block the wind off so they got somewhere to get out of the rain, and hopefully they'll quit staying underneath the cars. I'm afraid one of these days they're going to get killed doing that. So that's what's going on here. Alright, there's the base part for it. That'll keep it up off the ground and out of the wet snow and rain and stuff from going right directly contacting the bottom. Secure that down and then put a subfloor in it and we'll be off to the races. Alright, I think you can see what I've done there. Got one going that way in the front and the back, screwed through the bottom into the base that I built, and then two going this way, screwed into those. And then the actual floorboards, as you can see, kind of stacked up there. Will all be screwed down to these. So I just want to stop before I got too far and then you couldn't see how I was doing that. Yeah. And then we'll throw a blanket on there, and this should be good to go. I know it's still going to be cold, but it can be better than without this. There we go. I don't think my customers will be complaining about that. I do need to screw them down though, that way they'll stay. But that'll hold the blanket nicely. Any water gets in the bottom, it'll keep it up off the blanket. And then we got to look into the top, see what we can do about sealing it up, making some sort of plastic air curtain for it. And I think it has a vent at the top that we'll probably want to seal off, so whatever warm air they can get in there, they can keep in there. But yeah, that's a good start here. Threw in a couple of sheets of that old rubber that I've got, just because it won't hurt anything. And I'd rather have that than just lay it on boards too. And got an old blanket over there that was out on the back porch Pat was sitting on it and it got a little damp, so I'm going to let it hang over there and dry. And then that can go in here and that'll be fine. And I figure out how big this opening is for the doorway. And I have some clear plastic that's kind of thick. I might be able to, here it is. It's not super thick, but it's kind of thick. Maybe double that up and put it to where it hangs down and covers that doorway. Somehow. So yeah, that's the plan. Looks like 17 inches. Would cover it with a little on the top and a little on the bottom. And at its widest point, not quite a foot. Alright. Now I know. So I'm going to work on that. Alright, I think you can see what I did there. I took that plastic sheet and I folded it over 3 times to make it 3 layers thick. And then I folded it in half. So it's actually 6 layers thick right there. And then I drilled some holes in the plastic here. And just took some of these little pieces of wood that I had left over from the floor. Drilled holes in them. And ran the screws through the plastic into the wood. That way there's no sharp edges inside. And it'll act like a nut and bolt type situation. And it'll hold it. And then I think I'm just going to take my razor knife and go through and cut some slits in different pieces of that plastic, so it's not all slit in the same space, but they'll be able to find their way through. And hopefully they can keep the wind out. That's the whole idea. So like, just a couple there. Maybe one in that one. Maybe one over here in that one. We had something similar to this in that doghouse we had at the old house. And the cats figured it out. Just like that. So yeah. All I gotta do is get the blanket dry and put it in there. But for now, there's no reason they can't go ahead and start using it. If I can figure out how to get the lid together on the thing. This belonged to somebody with a dog before we got it, and their dog had chewed it up pretty good. But it seems to still go together. They'll figure that out. And yeah, there's a vent in the back of it, back here. I may just put some duct tape over that. That's a good place for cold air to blow in there. Of course, I know duct tape won't last very long. Well, we'll see. Alright, so anyway, that's going to be it for this little bit. I'm gonna set it out there and kind of watch it for a few days, see if they start going in and out of it. Alright, so that's it for today. Thanks for coming by and checking this out. We're gonna keep our eyes on that. I got it facing south, so and after they get to where I know they're going in and out of it, I'll actually move it back up into that corner to keep even more winds off of it. And but for starters, I just want them to explore it and begin to start getting comfortable with going in and out of it. I know with the last one we did like that for the other cats at the other house, it took a week or two before they got comfortable, but then once they realized, wow, this is the place to be, every time you go out there there'd be a couple cats in it. So yeah, I think it'll work. And yeah, so thanks for coming by. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you guys, you all are awesome. All you old timers that have been with me forever and ever and ever and all that, still appreciate each and every one of you guys too. And keep your stick on the ice. We're all in this together. All right, bye-bye. Cheers.